Hello everyone, this is Arcanous, and I'm going to bring you a Protoss vs. Zerg game today. We have me, Arcanous, up in the top left, and Jeeneus in the bottom right, and our blue Protoss player versus our red Zerg. And it looks like we're going to have a great game today. If you saw my last video, don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe if you liked it and you want more. I'll be trying to release videos as often as I can. Problem is I live in a loud house, so I have to find open time. But oh well. So far nothing too crazy happening. Just the standard early game. Looks like our Protoss player is gonna throw down a pylon for Forge expansion. Fairly standard. And I don't think he realizes this, but Blizzard changed this map so that spawn positions are always crossed like this. You'll never have a player, if you're here, they'll never have a player here or here. It'll always be right here. Only two spawn positions. So that's going to get me a little advantage of scouting positioning. That's why I'm sending my Overlord immediately right here. And I'm going to be able to send out my drone and get a fast expansion because of that. That's going to put him, well, it's going to put us on equal footing, but he could have been so much farther ahead if he had just sent this straight across the map and pylon blocked me. Looks like he's saving up that 400 mineral, sending down his 14th probe, or 15th, no, this is 14th. So yeah, going to get this expansion first. No cannon rush coming down, probably because he's assuming that I can hold it. I sent out this drone to look for his probe, but then I see it's in my mineral line. I feel a little sheepish. Oh, and look, it looks like he's saying he's gonna cannon rush me. We'll see if he does. He's gonna throw down that pylon. Looks like he might be able to right here, cut off my drone. Nope, he's just gonna go pass by. He is throwing down the forge now, so if he did cannon rush, it'd be really late. I don't think he has time to, actually. And so he's just gonna circle around my hatchery. Looks like we have a spawning pool coming down for me. Gonna get those Zerglings and drones, and he has his forge and gateway on the way. My expansion's gonna finish a little bit sooner than his, but not by much. And I taunt him saying, hey, you're gonna cannon rush, aren't you? And he never ends up doing that. So fairly standard coming on, nothing too exciting. Just waiting for the early game to pass by. Cannon coming down. And a couple of leagues and just droning up. No gas from him yet. Oh, there's his gas. So he's not going for too quick of a tech. It's right now, that's probably his standard gas timing, so when he throws down his cybernetics core, he'll have enough gas for his first units and the upgrade. There goes the cybernetics core. Queen's coming down for me. I need to inject. Go on. Just a couple jokes right here. Sending out these scouting wings, gonna poke up his ramp, see what he's got. I'm pretty sure he fast expanded. I don't know if I saw that. Yeah, I've seen it, so I know he fast expanded. And it looks like he's gonna throw down a proxy pylon over here, maybe for a little aggression, or when I get up my third, warp in a couple zealots. Cybernetics core just finishing. Looks like nothing too special. I don't have any gas geysers, so it doesn't look like I'm going for anything too crazy. If we look at income, about equal harvesters on this probe's gonna get a full scout. And yeah, he saw everything. He says he saw everything, and he's probably right. Nothing too special came down. I'm gonna scout out my third for any pylons, because it's fairly common for a Protoss to throw this down. So yeah, I spot that. And I have a lot of extra minerals. I should probably go throw down an expansion. I'm gonna kill that off. That's gonna he's gonna lose that, and it's not gonna do anything. He is getting +1 on the way, and a mothership core. So it looks like he wants to do a little bit of an early push with a lot of zealots or something. And Chrono boosting that upgrade. So yeah, it looks like he really wants to go for the aggression, except he's not throwing down any pylon or any gateways or anything to supplement that. And I'm just getting my gas geysers now. That's gonna mean I'm going for a lot of gas real quick. Probably gonna attack up to lair, get roaches, hydras, swarm hosts maybe. And yeah, we're gonna see. This is the patch where burrow is on hatch tech, which is really nice. So you could go for early aggression. I don't think I didn't go for that this game. And he's getting a sentry, robo bay, 2 gateways. Nothing too special. I'm gonna send a couple of lings across the map, see if he's got a third or what, and then he sends this mothership core out to stop it, and that's really good. It prevents me from seeing all these. I don't get to see up his ramp at all. I don't know what he has. I check his third. I don't see anything. My third's just about finished. Throwing down the double evo. He's getting +1 armor, and I'm getting burrow speed for my zerglings and a roach warren lair. All of my upgrades coming out right now. Yeah, so far we're just both content to sit back on what we have and just wait it out. And +1 on the way. He's still not out there. His third's going down. Yeah, so it looks like neither of us really wants to attack into each other. Don't want to give away an advantage that we don't need to. 6 roaches coming out though, so that means I'm going for a bit of aggression, maybe with that burrow. Or going up to 11 roaches now. So yeah, I kind of want to push in and maybe snipe this third if possible, and just do a lot of damage. He's sending this mothership core up here. I don't know why. Mass recall doesn't work that way. Oh, it looks like he's gonna time warp. Oh, that's really smart. He slows down this gas geyser, and it just lowers my income so much right now for gas. If you look at it, it should be up to like 700 to 800 around there, but because it slowed it down, it's not getting as much gas as I possibly could, and it's hurting my mineral income at the same time. Just really good play. And I have all these roaches, but I'm not doing anything with them. I see he has his third. Sending way too many lings in there for some reason. Yeah, it looks like now I'm gonna go pressure. Now that I see that he has the third, he's getting a robotics bay. Possibly for a lot of Colossus, even though they're not that good against roaches. Well, they're Colossus, they're good against everything. But not getting any more upgrades. He really needs to keep up on his upgrade advantage if he wants to really. He needs this upgrade advantage to handle all these roaches. And I sniped that cannon down so I can burrow for free. And I snipe down everything I can, burrow microing. Oh, I do lose 1 roach, but for 1 sentry, that's good. And I snipe down this other sentry, I think, yeah, and then I burrow again. So now he can't get vision. He's throwing a cannon up, and I'm just sitting here regenning while I macro back at home. And he's getting a couple more gateways, and a lot of zealots here. And I snipe 1 more sentry, and then I run. So if we look at the income loss, I hardly lost anything, but he lost a lot of gas. Lost 300 gas while I lost maybe 2 or 3 roaches. So yeah, it looks like our Protoss player isn't doing much. He is behind on harvesters because he hasn't done anything to pressure me, and he's just left this to scout. I did get a infestation pit and a hydralisk den, so it looks like I want to go to roach hydra in the late game. Oh, I'm making 12 swarm hosts, so that means I'm going for this big wave push with the swarm hosts. That's a huge bank that I had to spend on that. Getting 2-2. He's getting his Twilight Cancel and a second forge, so now he wants to double pump upgrades. I'm getting my 4th base because I see he had this 3rd and I couldn't do anything to stop it. I did give away that I have burrow, so he has to keep an observer with his army. He's getting Colossus now. If we look at the unit size, 14 zealots. He's really zealot heavy. Not a lot of sentries and not a lot of stalkers. He really needs more sentries to be able to handle roaches, because roaches are really powerful when they can actually hit, but with sentries it negates half your army. And he's still harassing with this time warp over here. That's really smart. No upgrade, no tunneling cause on the way for me, but I am getting hydra speed and upgrades. And normally you shouldn't queue your upgrades like this. It's not good, but I just didn't want to have to forget about it. Colossus range on the way, and 6 hydralisks. So I'm going to go hydralisk, roach, and swarm host. And then I got these overseers so I can snipe the observer, and he can't keep pushing. And he needs a lot more Colossus to be able to handle all the locusts that I'll be able to produce. So right now I'll be able to produce 12 or 14 at a time. And looks like I'm poking forward as he's poking forward. And I go forward and I get caught out. Oh, those are great force fields. And all the locusts come forward and he has to back up. He can't afford to stay with it. And if these locusts come hit, oh, it doesn't look like they have the upgrade, so now the locusts die off and they don't do anything, and he has all these zealots, just so many zealots. But with the swarm hosts, they won't do much, and it looks like he scouted over here. Oh, he's putting down a proxy pylon, probably wants to send a bunch of zealots into my fourth base. And I'm gonna push forward with these units, going up to hive tech. He's getting shields and +1 for weapons. I finished +2/2. Lots of units streaming across the map. If we look at the units, I have 26 and 10 Hydralisks and Roaches with 12 swarm host support, and his army's just so much smaller than mine. Oh, it looks like we got an engagement here, and the swarm hosts are pushing forward, killing tons of zealots. I mean, he just lost 13 zealots, and I lost 2 swarm hosts for that, and now I'm pushing forward, and he doesn't have any zealots to back up the rest of his army, and his army's just kind of falling apart without the tank to stop it. And these Colossus are doing a lot of damage. If we look, they have 10, 7, and 2 kills. Not too many, but they're doing all the damage of the army. I move these swarm hosts forward, and I'm going to just siege them out. Nothing too special coming around for the Protoss. No harass from this pylon yet. Oh, actually, it does look like he harassed. I had to send Roaches up here to handle it. And I'm just going to keep pounding him with these swarm hosts, make him use whatever units he has. And I have a massive bank right now, 5,000 minerals. Woo. And he's just sitting back on 3 base. He needs to be able to push out and expand. And these 3 Colossus are probably what's going to do it. And this one Colossus is tanking it. And although it may seem like I didn't do much with that, I did damage a Colossus, which means that it just has that much less health in the next engagement. I still have more drones and more bases. And I'm just taking these free units trading, and every time he pushes forward, I'm just going to snipe his observer. Actually, I don't think he even has an observer with his army, does he? He doesn't even have an observer with his army, so he has to kind of just take this punishment from these units until he can get an observer to push out and kill these swarm hosts off. And I'm getting locusts and ultralisks now, so I'll be able to pull these Colossus into my army. And I actually don't know the result of this game, to be honest. It was a couple weeks ago, so I did throw down a couple Evo chambers for consume for these locusts. He's getting charged and finally going up to +3, and he's having to produce way too many zealots, which means he has to charge into the middle of my army. And it looks like he finally got an observer, and he's going to push out and break this contain. And yeah, he's just going to kind of steamroll my army with that many Colossus. And I'm going to trade anyways because I have all this huge bank, and if I get 2 or 3 Colossus, it's going to be a huge loss for him while I don't lose much. And looks like I push in, I kill off all his support army, and then now he just has the Colossus left. Now I'm just going to run back. I can't handle this punishment. During that, he did a really good play and went off and sniped my expansion, going up, sending these zealots up here for whatever next one I have. I burrow a couple Roaches for micro, and right now we have 8 Ultralisks on the way. Oh man, but I don't have any upgrades for melee, so I don't know how good Ultralisks are going to be. He did snipe this expansion, but I don't think I had anything mining. Yeah, nothing was mined out, so it really didn't hurt me much. I probably should send some workers over there. I have a couple here, and I need to get these upgrades and switch over to this tech. He's getting Fleet Beacon and Void Ray, so it looks like he wants to go for Toss Air Death Ball, which is really good. And I'm just leaving these Roaches back to handle these Zealots. And he's just going to sit in this middle here. But with all these Ultras, I think I can just charge in and destroy this army that he has right now. He is getting a 4th base finally. He needed that after he broke the contain, but his main base is mined out. And he just doesn't have very many high-tech units. All he has is the Colossus. He is getting Void Rays. He's probably going to get Carriers with this, maybe Tempest. Tempest would probably be better than Void Rays, but it looks like he wants Void Rays. Yeah, I'm checking around for proxy pylons here. I send a Roach group down here to see if I can snipe an expansion. He's just sitting in the middle. Maybe he can use a mass recall to a good effect here, or it doesn't have to be. It might have to be on a completed Nexus. So yeah, that's not going to do much. But I might be able to snipe this expansion if I quick. Oh, so many zealots warping in, and these roaches are just going to die. And so I just figured, they're dead anyways. Just let them go. And I still have a massive bank and tons of larvae. If we look at the units, I have 22 larvae, so I can reproduce that easy. And his natural's starting to mine out, my natural's starting to mine out, so we're getting to that late game stage where anything can happen. Oh, these locusts are caught out of position. If he had a good blink forward, he could snipe a couple. And oh, looks like he does. He blinks forward and snipes one, and then oh, he just gets caught out. Oh, but nothing dies. Just with that lightning cloud, it just made him back off, and he's just sitting here with these Void Rays, nothing happening. He has so many zealots though, so if I win air, he's not going to be able to do much against me. But it does make it so these blinding clouds aren't worth much. So that's really smart by him. He throws down a time warp, so if I try to bust up that ramp, it's going to be really hard for me. And we're both at 200. If we look at the production, I'm finally getting my upgrades. He's getting his air upgrades and shields. He's still not at 3-3. He's at 3-2-2. So it's pretty good. And oh man, huge, awesome pulls from the Vipers, pulling those Colossus back. They can't just sit there and wail away. And blinding cloud going down. So much melting, and it looks like the Protoss army is just getting punished. And oh, the last two Colossus fall, and I don't think this Protoss can handle this. He's gonna have to fall back, try and wait for whatever he can get from his gateway production, but he just doesn't have any bank. All he can really produce right now is a lot of sentries. He does have these Tempests, but I have so many Hydralisks, he's not going to be able to do much. And if he goes up on this high ground, oh, the Tempest dies. And tons of Zealots warping in right now, but isn't it enough? I don't think he can handle this. If we look at the production tab, we have 8 more Ultralisks on the way. I don't think this Protoss player is going to be able to hold at this point. He does have tons of Tempest, and if he can keep a really good high ground position, he might be able to hold off a couple of these Hydralisks for a little while, but I don't know how long that's going to last. And it looks like Chargeless coming in, and oh, that's going to kill off the oh no, they burrow and prevent the Hydralisks from dying, and it looks like the Hydralisks are burrowing to get them to focus on the Ultras, but sadly this cannon there is detecting, and the army does finally die. And all these Ultras are here, but they're not going to be able to attack into this army at all just because of the Tempest. I do have 14 more Hydralisks on the way to stop that. I'm just going to go up to this third and destroy it, because I know that it doesn't matter if I lose this army. I have such a huge ring. These 3 Tempests, oh man, they're welling away. They're doing so much damage to these Ultralisks with good focus fire, but it looks like he wants to snipe down these Overseers for whatever reason. The Ultralisks go in and kill this Colossus. Are they gonna get it? Oh, there it goes. And oh, lots of Archons coming down. That was really good play by him. Is this Tempest gonna die? It looks like Tempest holds on, and it just barely survives. Oh, this expansion didn't go down. These Ultralisks should have turned around and killed that expansion. Looks like we're gonna have these Archons are doing tons of damage, and especially these Tempests, and these Tempests are gonna try and get away, but oh, just look at that Viper grab. I don't think this Protoss is gonna be able to hold on much longer with all these Vipers here. They do run out of energy, and this last Tempest is gonna be able to well away, but I don't know what this Protoss player can do. He does have this fourth base over here to help, but he just doesn't have much income over here. And if we look at my map, I have this base and this base and this base, and I'm not even mining on this, and I still have this huge bank. Looks like he's just gonna have to hope for these couple Tempests to be able to hold it. And I push forward up this ramp, and he's really good at using these buildings as a way to prevent me from getting right out of this Tempest. And oh, these Vipers are gonna come forward and yoink. That's always funny. I don't know what this Protoss player can do. He is holding on just barely. If he can hold on through this final wave, I think I'll have to wait a while for my next larva production to really kick in. And he does hold on just long enough, I think, that he can wait for... Oh, and then we see this huge army streaming across the map. I don't know what he's going to be able to do. He's out of warp ins, he's out of money, and it just looks like it's coming to a dire end for a Protoss player here. I am getting Corruptors. I'm done with these Tempests. I'm not going to let them win anymore. So, a couple Corruptors on the way. I'm still at 200. All this army back here. I just decided, heck, why go for the base that doesn't really matter? It just has the production when I can go for the juicy mineral income, and that's his last source of income. So I snipe down this expansion. Ooh, am I going to get all these probes? Whoa, so many probes. If you look at the units lost, Protoss player has more than the Zerg player. That's so uncommon. And this is his entire army right here. He has to hope that his 88 supply army to this 200 army can take it on. He doesn't have any expansions left though. He has no income whatsoever. I'm taking this gold base. I'm actually mining at this base. He has no income. Just a little bit of gas coming in. And I come up here to see if this is an expansion, and I find the probes over here. And I don't know if this Protoss player is gonna just GG out soon, or is he gonna go for one last hurrah? We'll see. Looks like he's going for his final push. He knows he's out of money. He's out of units. He only has 15 probes left now, and he really should just go mine on his third. Looks like he's gonna push forward here and try and get down this gold base, do whatever damage he can, maybe hope that he can somehow base race against me. Maybe if I decide to base race, he might win. Other than that, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. And his army's split up all over. I don't know if this is good for him, because he can't handle all my units, because they're engaging each half of his army. And these Tempests are going to go down to all these Corruptors. And if we look at the units, he just doesn't have anything left. He has one Tempest, 2 Stalkers, and these 4 Zealots over here, which they are sniping a lot of drones. That is pretty good for him, but it's just not enough. He only has 39 supply right now. Half of that is workers. I think we're going to see the GG here soon. I burrow the drones over here so I don't lose anymore, even because you can still make mistakes. No matter how dire it seems for one player, a mistake can still somehow pull it back. I mean, if I hit F10 and end on accident, he could win. So it looks like he only has 5 units now. I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. And he realizes it too. And he says, yeah, I probably should have just GG'd out a while ago. But I'm going to never give up, never surrender, not until the last army unit dies and the Tempest goes down and he says GG. Okay, that looks like that was a great game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. See you guys later.